We're talking tomatoes today on Pots and Trowels, and that's brought to you with the support of Cobra Garden and King Seeds. Hello and welcome to Pots and Trowels. Well, I thought what we'd do today is just have a look at tomatoes in the greenhouse, because we've sort of followed these through the season at various stages, but also because over the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been asked lots of questions about various things with tomatoes. And the first one is about removing leaves. I'm just going to put those side shoots there. And somebody came to me only the other day and said they'd been told by a friend that on tomato plants you should remove all the leaves from up the stem completely so that it allows the fruits to develop and ripen. Well, that basically in my mind is a load of rubbish, because we need these green leaves on the plant to make food to help the fruits develop and also ripen. So the only time that I would ever take the leaves off, and these are all nice and green and healthy, they're being fed, as you can see we've got lots of trusses of fruit on there, the only time to take them off is when they start to discolour at the base. And if I just get down here and show you, we can see that on these lower trusses where the fruits are now starting to ripen on here, these lower leaves are showing some discoloration. They pick up deficiencies because all the nutrients are pushed to the top of the plant. So these were the ones where I would take them off. And the easiest way to take them off, it's really simple. Don't cut them off. We want a nice clean break. Just use your thumb, click up, and then it will click down. It's as simple as that. Just lift it up and down and they snap off. So with this plant, I would take off probably up to that first truss like that. One more maybe there. Make sure you don't snap the trusses off. And what that will do, if I do the same on these other plants as well, it also allows a good airflow around the base of the plant. And then as these tomatoes gradually ripen further up the plant and these leaves also start to discolour, I would take them off, but never take them all off, because you're just going to harm the plant. The other thing that we can be doing as well is doing a little bit of side shooting, which I was doing when we started. And these are the shoots that grow between a leaf and the main stem, because we're trying to get a single stem here. So again, they just simply snap out like that, and just make sure that you take them out as small as you can, like that one there. So that's a regular thing to continue doing. And here we are now, end of July, early August. So we've got several sets of trusses set on this. So I also take the tops out, and you can see here I've taken the tops out, just pinch them out, and that stops them growing, because what we want is all the energy now to go into these fruits that are fairly large, getting smaller to where we've still got flowers at the top. And it means, because now we've got August, September into October, 2.5 months of reasonably warm weather in the greenhouse, where they will all have time to ripen, and these at the top will have time to develop and ripen. If we just let them carry on growing, they'll produce loads and loads of trusses, but those fruits that are going to start appearing in August and September physically won't have time to develop. So take the top out, and if then more shoots grow from where you've pinched them out, keep taking those out as side shoots. So we don't want them to grow anymore. And you'll also notice that occasionally, like we've got here, we've got this truss of fruits developing, it wants to produce a new shoot from the end of it. And again, you can either cut that off or you can snip that off, and that one doesn't want to pull off easily. So I'm just going to use my little snips and just take that off, because again, if we don't, that draws all the energy that should be going into those fruits that are developing. So remove lower leaves, take your side shoots off, stop them, take off any of these extensions from beyond the fruiting trusses, and of course feed them once a week with a high potash fertiliser that will keep the plants healthy and keep the fruits developing and swelling. Now this is growing them as what we call a cordon tomato, a single stem where we're removing the side shoots. But if you're growing them in a container or a hanging basket like this one, and this is a variety called Tumbling Tom, this is a yellow one, they're just starting to ripen there in the centre. These don't need any pinching out at all. These just naturally sprawl over the basket, and you will get hundreds of fruits from this by the end of the summer. But likewise, any yellow leaves that develop, and you can see there's a few in here, we just snap them off, and there's some in there, just a little tug and they come away. So always remove any dead or dying material like that, just to keep them healthy. And again, water regularly in a container, they do dry out fairly quickly, especially on a warm day. So you need to water them certainly morning, maybe again in the evening if they feel light, and that weekly feed is all important. And this will be a mass of cherry tomatoes in just a matter of a few weeks' time. So look after them and you'll be rewarded with delicious fruits right the way through until October. Well, that's lunch sorted out, and thank you for watching Pots and Trowels. And as well as our weekly videos, of course, we've got our podcast, which you can get from your normal provider.
I hid my love of plants from all my school friends, but now I'm out of it, I'm proud, and I call myself Mr. Plant.
Yeah. Next week, we're going to be talking to 2 young garden designers, so we'll see you then. Bye.